Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about polarizing filters, what they are, what they do, and why you need them for car photography and videography. Let's get into it. We are back in the same space as I was in my previous video, which we were talking about neutral density filters, what they are, variable ND filters like this one here. If you didn't see that video, I shall link it up below. Up below? That doesn't make sense. Up above, or link it down below. But we're just going to go for a short, sharp chat about polarizing filters and what they are and what they do. So, what are they? What do they do? So the whole purpose really of a polarizing filter, especially for car photography and videography, is you're trying to cut the lens glare. Cut the glare from like glass, paintwork, all that good stuff, and essentially make the image cleaner. Now the setup that I've got behind me of my car, same setup it was in my previous video. I've parked in the same place, all that good stuff. It's just to demonstrate what it does. We're not going to go for a crazy like photo shoot set, anything like that. It would be great if I had another car with me, if I was in a sick location, all that good stuff. But what I'll do is I'll pop a quick clip that I used for a polarizing filter, with a polarizing filter in a previous documentary that I made, which hopefully I'm going to put onto this channel soon. So I'll put this clip on now as my friend of mine, Deck, and his mini, for a little mini documentary that I did for a course that I was on back in the end of last year that I created. So that's pretty cool. That should be coming up on the channel in a few weeks, maybe a few months. We'll see what happens with scheduling and creating and all that good stuff. But anyway, as you can see, the camera is on the outside of the car and it's shooting through the glass, and the polarizing filter is actually cutting the glare away from the glass, so you can't see any reflection. And that's essentially what it's doing. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to film on the Canon R5 and show you what it does, and points to note if you need to use an ND filter as well, because ND filters, just in case I don't mention it in a second, ND filters are essentially two polarizing filters that are on top of each other that cut out the light. And if you stack the wrong circular polarizing ND filter on top of another polarizing filter, you'll get some horrendous color casting, which I'll demonstrate in a second. So just for demonstration purposes, because I've got the ND filter with me, I am at f2.8. I am at 800 ISO because I'm shooting in C-Log, and don't judge me, just to balance the exposure, I'm at 3,200th of a second shutter speed, which is horrific for video. Do not do this, not recommended. You might be able to see it in the way that the grass moves. It's just way too choppy, no motion blur. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. But I'm doing it for demonstration purposes so that it's not blown out. What I could do is put, oh, camera's just timed out. What I could do is put the aperture up to like f20, but I didn't want to do that. So anyway, it's a good demonstration to show you why you won't, or why you shouldn't put your shutter speed all the way up. If you don't know what I'm on about shutter speed, ISO and aperture, check out my tutorials playlist, which I'll link above. And I basically talk about the exposure triangle and how to balance your image with photography and videography before moving on to ND filters, which is in a different video, which I'll link above. So many videos, they're all full of pure knowledge. So let's get on it and I'll show you what the polarizing filter does. So the sun's just gone in a little bit now. So before I talk about it as well, actually, I just wanted to say, sometimes a polarizing filter won't work because of the angle of the windscreen, or if the clouds are like just too much, they just, for whatever reason, it just doesn't work. It's all the way the light, the angle of the light is hitting the windscreen. I've done it before where I've tried to use a polarizer and it just doesn't work. But I've tested this already. This position does actually work. So I'm going to bring you onto the R5 now and show you what the crack is. So let's film this one. So this is with the polarizing filter. So look at my windscreen. This is the polarizing filter, not doing much at all. And I'm going to move it. Watch what happens. So if I focus back on the car, you'll be able to see all the way back through. Look at the back of the car seats. I'll keep turning it again. Introduce the glare back, gonna move it back. Look at the glare on the bonnet. It's gone. So that is gleaming. So points to note as well. Let's actually before I do that, I'll show you what the ND filter does. Let me show you this. No, I'm not going to screw it on, but I'll put it in front. So as I move it, look at this. Bright yellow and green, blues, purples. As I'm rotating it, and back to like horrific green because of the way that the ND filter works and the way that you have the way that the glass moves. It's not bad for photography because you don't need an ND filter for photography, but for videography, yeah, videography you need an ND filter, and you should really have a polarizing filter as well, unless you can get an ND filter that's also polarizing. So that's something that I need to get, I need to purchase, because I've got one or the other. I don't really have both. But on this Osmo that I've got now, the ND filter is actually a polarizing filter because it's not a variable ND filter. So the stops don't change, doesn't get darker and brighter on one filter. I keep having to swap the filters in and out, which is why I can have just one stop range, but I can change the amount of polarization, which is mega for this, for car stuff, which hopefully I shall be bringing to the channel at some point. I need to do a tutorial on the Osmo 3 and how I use it for car videography. But what I'll do, I'll take this off. Oh, my legs are still done. Let's move this here so you can still see me. What I wanted to demonstrate is, let's move this. Hopefully the car doesn't get taken out. Let's do this from the side. So the polarizing filter, should be able to see me now. The polarizing filter here on my camera. The windscreen polarizing effect is on, but the other part of the car isn't. Look at the back of the car. If I change the back of the car now, the glass of the back of the car is sorted, but the windscreen glare isn't. See that? I'm just going to do that again before I get run over. See how the glare changes? Now, points to note, this is a great tip, pro tip, shall we say, Ben Bill pro tip. The reason why I explain that, so if you're doing car photography and you're doing photography for someone, let's say it's your first job, and it's like, right, happy days, Ben's told me about all the exposure stuff, he's told me about ND filters and how different parts of the exposure work. I'm good to go, I'm good to do my first photo shoot. Oh, But he mentioned something about polarizing filters, so happy days. I'll go out and I'll be like, why is like some of it good, some of it not? This is the pro tip. Stick your camera on a tripod, leave it as still as possible, adjust the polarizing filter so that the front of it's nice and glare free, so like the windscreen and the bonnet. So that, let's say you're doing a 3/4 like I just did then take a photo, then change the filter so that you get the sides all nice and glare free. Looks great, paint looks great, you've got no crazy reflections in there, and then take the photo. And then what you want to do in Photoshop, I might put in the comments below if you want me to do a tutorial about merging photos together with different layers and stuff like that. Basically, you put the two photos on top of each other, remove one of them, all of the glass would be glare free and all of the paintwork would look great. Pro tip, merge photos together in Photoshop. There'd be nothing worse than having horrific glare. The amount of times that when I've been doing an army job and I haven't had my polarizing filter, and I've just been like, oh, I could really have done with it today, because usually it's quite a niche thing unless you're doing car photography day in, day out, day in, day out. Don't always have it in my bag, but I do now. Literally, it's always in there now, so that's good. But ironically, the ND filters that I have for my Osmo that you're filming on now, I don't have it with me. It's back in a different bag back at home. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. It wouldn't be one of my videos or someone else's videos if they didn't forget a piece of kit. They just don't tell you about it. Anyway, that's it. That's pretty much it. Short, sharp. What are we on? 13 minutes. We could probably cut that down. 13 minutes. Let's move over here so that the sun will come out in a minute. Got the car in the background. Bad composition though. Not happy the way this is like composed. I'm on a tripod, so yeah, not ideal, but I like that I can move around. What I should probably do is get my phone out every time, link it to my phone, set the exposure, not the exposure, composition, and then we're good to go. But yeah, anyway, enough waffling. Hope you enjoyed this one. Do check in the links below about the different videos that I mentioned. If you can't find them, drop me a message and I will I'll send you the link personally. But I'm just here to help you guys and girls improve your videography and photography. We'll try and mix it up with both car videography and photography. This lesson was, you can obviously use it for both, and the previous lesson that I did for, what was it, ND filters, is mainly for video, but we're here to learn both parts. Oh, getting bugs on me. We're here to learn both parts, all things car, trains, tractors, bikes, the lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, look at the links below, message if there's no links, and download your free PDF. Nobody's downloaded one yet in 3 videos that I've posted so far. So that gives you some sort of gauge of how many I've posted since. This will probably be 6th video. This is probably going to be the 6th video, maybe 7th video. Let me think. I'm not sure, but channel's doing well. So on that note, if you're new here, thanks very much for turning up. If you're not new here, welcome back. Give this a thumbs up. It really, really helps me out, helps out the algorithm, shares it to loads of new people so we can all help each other become a car community, like-minded people. I've got bugs in my beard. And on that note, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.